Happy New Year's, guys. I want to start off with just saying Happy New Year's. Thank you guys for watching another video. I really appreciate it as always. We love our One Piece here. The New Year's resolution is to be a lot more active and a lot more detailed with our editing and just have some fun with it. So if you guys enjoy today's content, let me know. It's a new style, but I think it's fun. It'll be less videos altogether, maybe 1 or 2 a week, but a lot more to it. So I'm hoping that this is something you're looking for, my little niche, something that's a little special to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you had a great New Year's, an amazing Christmas, holiday, whatever you celebrate. I hope you were safe. Didn't do anything too crazy. If you did, please comment down below the razor that you were throwing or whatever you got into. I do want to know how crazy your holidays get. Mine, I'm chilling on my couch with my 4 cats. It's pretty easy and simple. I'm a man of the culture, and I'm probably playing One Piece at when the ball drops. That's just who I am as a person. Anyways, let's get into today's deck profile. So we start off with some great early game here with Porsche and this guy. Porsche is very strong in the Foxy Pirate deck, playing out any character that's purple with 4,000 power or less. Our main target being this guy in the early game, or our Bond Clay, which you'll see in just a second. This guy will help you always ramp up at dawn every turn and give you 2 characters on the board thanks to the Porsche for our leader ability. This is some good mid-early game cards to have on the board. The Kid helps with our leader ability, so anytime we lose Dawn, we get one back as active, and the Bond Clay will help us ramp one Dawn. It also helps into the Blackbeard matchup with that 12k body as a swing. Super great, helps us ramp up, and really good mid-game targets to play. Let's get into some top end. With the Foxy, giving all of our opponent's characters minus 1,000 is super strong into very aggro decks. And we ramp it Dawn every turn. Finally, the Monkey D. Luffy can always help us get a finish. It will help us finish the game with a very strong 10k swing into their leader and allowing us to draw a card, which we don't get a lot in purple. Usohachi is an amazing utility card, allowing us to rest one of our opponent's cost 5 or lower characters, and being a 2k counter, it's very strong for purple. Megaton Ninetales Rush will allow us to restand our 7-drop Foxy and swing again, allowing us to finish games. Finally, the last choice is Black Maria, allowing us to get 5 Dawn back from after using our leader ability over and over, and sometimes just saves us in a pinch. It's also a 2k counter, which is always good. So I wanted to try that to see if, a quick little breakdown would be good, but let's get into a card-by-card profile so that people who want to just see a quick little version can get that, and people who want more detailed can see this. Or you can watch both, watch the whole thing, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. So let's get into a full deck profile. This is the Foxy Leader. If you don't know what he does, when attacking, Dawn -3. If you have 3 or more Foxy Pirate type characters, choose up to one of each of your opponent's leaders and characters. Those cards cannot become active in the owner's next refresh phase, so we can stop any Doflamingo leader, anything like that. Any problem on the board, we can just get rid of it. So leader effects who have when attackings or just strong characters, you can see, obviously it doesn't have any downside on the power, cost, anything at all. So the biggest downside to this is having the 3 characters and losing 3 Dawn. But that's where our ramp pieces come in. As you saw earlier, we'll start with the Bond Clay. Bond Clay will help you ramp up. It's also playable off the Porsche, getting your Dawn, and then getting a 12k swing on like a Blackbeard, or a 10k against a Newgate on a red-purple Luffy board, or 12 into 12 drop Shanks. Like, this card is amazing in those matchups, and it's something they have to kill before dropping any big bodies, so this can really slow down your opponent and take them off curve while putting you up a Dawn, and it's active, which is always going to be good, especially into red-purple when you drop this for 4, or you play Porsche for 3, and this gives you the extra Dawn. Get your Dawn back, and it's active to actually swing 6 at leader and get aggression early towards them. Very, very good. This Khalifa, Eustace Kid we talked about. This card is very dynamic in this deck, very important. Demure, like, you need to see this. I'm telling you, this card is one of the biggest highlights. When you have this on the board, not Khalifa, when you have this on the board with your leader ability, the 2 paired together, I mean, you're getting an active Dawn every turn to throw on your Porsche, to throw on whatever body you have, your 7-drop Foxy, whatever you need to, you're getting at least 1 Dawn back, and then usually with Itamaramiju, that guy that we talked about earlier, he gets you arrested Dawn, and your 7-drop Foxy gets you arrested Dawn, so you go -0 Dawn and stop 2 characters from attacking, and one of the Dawn comes back active. Very, very good stuff. We play this as a one of Shiki. I find this card to be good, but it's not necessary. Again, it's one of those, I have it in here, but it's not a mandatory play. I like it just being a 2-drop chump blocker that's playable off of our Porsche over here. Obviously, the Onami is playable as well off the Porsche, just because it's based off of power and color, so purple under 4,000 power. It's okay. It's honestly just okay. It's just 2 cost rather than 4, and sometimes that's really important when you're Dawn minusing as much as we are. So most of the time, you don't get that second part to the ability, but if you do, obviously, it's going to be good to draw 1, trash 1, and filter your hand. We'll go into our Mizu. I couldn't even pronounce it when I actually watched the Foxy Pirate arc. Like, I tried my best, but the whole arc was kind of boring anyway, so who really cares about the slow beam crew over here? But once per turn, if your leader has the Foxy Pirates and you have no other characters with this card's name on the board, add up to 1 rested Dawn from your Dawn deck as rested. Very, very good. It just helps us ramp. If we play it off the Porsche, we get our Dawn back, and we get 2 characters on the board, making us not lose any Dawn. Very good. Really good. I like that a lot. Guys, I just realized we're actually not supposed to have a Khalifa at all. I just realized that I was testing the Khalifa to see if I would ever use it, and I wouldn't. So we actually were using Black Maria because this card is so much more important in this deck than the Khalifa. I mean, it just does so much more, especially when our leader is losing, you know, that many Dawns. So sorry for the mistake right there. I just noticed it, and I was like, wait a minute. The 2Ks are not 2King, because we're about to get into another good 2K, but we'll get into this in just a second. We'll go into Gina. If your leader has a Foxy Pirate type and the number of Dawn in your field is equal or less than your opponent's, gain 1 Dawn as active. It's a 1 cost, so you just get the Dawn back, which is basically just a free ramp. Really, really good stuff there. It's good for a first Dawn turn, and it's better than when you play it in Reiju, because in Reiju it's just a 2K counter that's searchable off your Porsche. In here, it gives you an active Dawn when you need it, or it's a 2K counter, and it's searchable. Good stuff. Good stuff. Chopper, really good chump blocker, 2-drop, which goes well, I mean, obviously with the Shiki, but sometimes you don't find your Chopper, so you need the extra Shiki. I may even just change Onami over anyways, just for having more blockers. I think blockers are very dynamic in this deck because you don't want to swing early with your Foxy Pirate type characters. You have to wait for a while. And so having these chump blockers later in the game when you do want to start swinging your bodies keeps your leader ability active by losing your blockers and not losing your Foxy Pirate characters. But Chopper, if you have equal or less Dawn, you get 1 Dawn as rested, and it's a blocker. Really good stuff. Pickles, amazing into most of your black matchups. I mean, just a very strong card. If you have less or equal Dawn to your opponent, your Foxy Pirate character, other than Pickles, cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. So basically, they have to kill Pickles before they can kill anything else. This is really good into Lucci. It's very important, and it's kind of a must-have card in those matchups. Smoker, Teach, it just really helps keep your big bodies alive, especially in those matchups where they can just tear down your big bodies, or they can clear your whole board. I will say right now, Lucci is probably the hardest matchup we go against, but that's just obvious. It's Lucci. We'll go into 7-drop Foxy. 7-drop 7K. The stat line's not great for having no counter, but the ability's pretty good. If your leader has the Foxy Pirates type, all of your opponent's characters have minus 1,000 power on your opponent's turn, and then activate main once per turn. Add 1 rested Dawn from your Dawn deck. It just ramps you a Dawn every single turn that it's out. So when you go -3 for your leader ability, you have a Kid on the board, you have this on the board, and you have the Ito whatever on the board. Like I said earlier, that's your 3 Dawn back. Porsche is probably the most important card opening up. It's a searcher, and it lets you play out to another character, a second character, which is usually Mizu. I really just need to work on it rather than just struggling. But this card is very good, like I was saying. Just lets you get out as many bodies as you need for your Foxy Pirate ability, and searching the top 5 or placing one of the characters that you are playing out, or helping you dig for the character you actually want to play if you don't have something. You can even push out, you know, like I said, the Bon Clay, now Black Maria, which is why we were playing the Khalifa. The Khalifa could be pushed out with the Porsche, but we have Black Maria instead. Black Maria is just one of the cards that everyone expected to take over the meta. They expected this card to ruin the game. Everybody was saying this card needs to be banned. But that's only because Red Purple Law. Red Purple Law is gone now, and we are happy. Yippee. We can actually feel good about playing the One Piece game again, so it's not so bad. Black Maria, once per turn, if you have no other Black Marias, add 5 Dawn to your from your Dawn deck as rested, and then go back to your opponent's Dawn. So if they're at 8 and you're at 5, you ramp to 10 basically, but they're all rested. But then you go down to 8 at the end of your turn, where now they go to 10 next turn, you go to 10 next turn. It really helps in those late game grinder fest where we're losing our board, we're losing our Foxy Pirates, our leader ability's been active, we've been going crazy with it. Like, this card can just catch you back up when you need it, especially with some of our cost, or with our Dawn Minus, when we lose our kids, or we lose our Foxy or Ito Mimizu. Just having these, or losing these on board, Black Maria will just save your ass. Sanji, I've actually not had this card come up in a dynamic way. It's another 7-drop 7k just like the other Foxy, but at least this one has counter. This card also gets rush, and it taps one of your opponent's cost 6 or lower, so really good finisher for the deck, and I think we have amazing finishers, or cards that help us finish the game. Your mother is also an amazing finisher. You're welcome for that. Anyways, Sanji's just a great card. I really like it, but it's just, I never hit it. Like, I never just use it. It's alright. The 9-drop Luffy, I think, is actually really underrated in this deck. When I've been using it, it's been very dynamic. Just having this on board, even if our leader ability is not active yet, having a 10-drop body is very, very strong when you freeze 2 of their characters. So it's just 10 into face, or 10 into one of their chump bodies, because you're freezing their big bodies. Really good stuff right there. Uso Hachi, 2k counter, uses in every purple deck. We explained it earlier. Tap a 5 cost. Simple, wins you games, you gotta play it. Nami, if you have 8 or more Dawn, draw 2, or trash 1 card from your hand, draw 2 cards. It just filters itself, just makes you net neutral in hand. It's a blocker, it does its job, and that's what it's supposed to do. And it does it well, I'm not gonna lie. It really does help, especially in grinding matchups. Like I said, this deck can grind out some matchups. It's almost like a purple Enel in a way, but a little less toxic and annoying, and I'm not at least based off of triggers, so that's good. 3-drop Megadon, 9-tails Rush. This card, like I said earlier, it just stands one of your Foxies as active, which is going to be our 7-drop right here. Basically, so we could stack all of our Dawn on it if we need other than 3 and get 2 14k swings, which is really good. If you have 3 of them, you could technically get, what, 3 11k swings. It can win you a game, which is very important, obviously, or it can just give you 2 14k swings into a body you really need to get rid of, also with a 5k swing into leader. So much with it. It can be dynamic when you need it, but usually it's a dead card. This is replaceable, but also it sometimes just wins you games. It's one of those, like, if it's gonna win you the game, you kind of play it. Guys, I'm so excited to get in some games today. Let's take our guns, our slow beams, put it to Doflamingo's head, and shoot him. Get done with the meta, kill the meta. That's what we do here. You know, we are like, I think that's really what I've found out with the Western side of the TCG, is that we get the Japanese meta, the Eastern meta, as you say, never eat soggy worms. Yeah, we get the Eastern meta, and we kind of know, like, what people are going to be playing, what people are picking up, and there's a select group of players who go out and play that meta that we saw on the Eastern front, and then there's everybody else who's like, oh, you're going to play that, and they just topple over them. So I think that's what you're going to see a lot in the Eastern meta, because we can see their meta first. I would like to be in sync so we can both come up with our own metas and see how that kind of shifts the dynamic, but we have to do what we're given, you know what I mean? So we're stuck with how it is for now. I'm super excited, though, to play this deck, the meta killer of the Eastern front. I think Foxy did very good. I think it won 1 tournament. I could be wrong. But either way, it's just a fun deck at the end of the day, and it's anti-meta, which is what we love around here in the West. So definitely jump on the anti-meta grind, and let's play some Foxy Pirates. So beam. So it looks like we're going to be starting off against Katakuri here. Usually we like to take first, so I will take first, but we're going to mulligan that hand. We don't see our Porsche, which always is going to suck. It's one of those things, though, sometimes you just take what you get. If we could top deck a Porsche right now, we'll be in a way better spot, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll sit here. Katakuri obviously can't swing us. We're going to probably drop down the Ito Mimizu. We'll start with just a 5 at life. Obviously no leader ability. That is one annoying thing with this on the sim, is every single turn you have to do that. We will gain 1 rested Dawn and pass our turnover, so we get to at least ramp up to 6. I think we should play some kind of 6-drop in the deck. I think that could happen. Choosing to move that to the bottom, probably just trying to see what our life is. Personally, I probably would have checked my own life instead, but do your thing. What you want to do is what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? We may sit here and play this for 4, play this for 3. We'll gain our 1 rested just in case. but I think that would be the best thing to do. We obviously can't play another one of these or we get no effect, and I would like to get a few more bodies on the board. So if we play this and then play this, the reason we'd want to get this Pickles down is just so if he does have a trigger, our Ito Mimizu stays alive. So that's my thought process there, is that if he's going to kill our bodies, it guarantees he goes for Pickles instead of this. He does decide to just counter out of this one, and we will just spam the board here, having 2 Foxy Pirates as active, giving us our leader ability in our next turn. So we can start ignoring, or we can continue to ignore face and just start swinging his life. We will counter here with this. We won't be needing it. At the very least, we'd be needing something to replace Pickles, but we won't have anything, so that's alright. He's going to get to draw 2, trash 1. There's not much I'm going to do about it. Giving him 2 cards while we only have 4, it's not worth it, so we will get another Foxy. This looks like our opening hand almost, but you're going to be playing this Foxy. It's going to be very, very good right here. So we will play out Foxy, gaining 1 is rested. We do have to play our characters first to use our leader ability, so we will play out Foxy, and then we'll have 3 Dawn left to play with, and we will be ramping back up to 10 next turn. Getting this on the board would be very nice, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. I think it's going to be a lot better to develop this and start getting our leader ability as active. And so we can just go, 8 into face almost, because we don't need to develop any other bodies. We could also go more aggro into face, but then he's going to start swinging us. But he'll only have the Bonnie because we're stopping his leader. So maybe this is the best, is just going 5, 5, and then 7, ramping our Dawn back at the end of this turn. So let's see if that's the best bet. This is an easy kill for Pudding. I'd rather save it for the 10 Mom or something stronger. So we will just swing 7, use card action, -3, leader, and Parasparrow. Parasparrow is easy to clear later on with our 7k body. Usually he doesn't want to give us 2 cards. And then we'll make sure we ramp. So gain 1, gain 1. We'll be back at 10 next turn, and we'll just pass turn over. This has -1k, which is really good. The Pudding has -1k, which is really good. He does decide to drop the Lin. I think in this situation, it may be best to trash the top of life. I don't really know, because giving him 2 cards would be, he doesn't have any swings this turn anyways. Well, he would have a swing here. I think we trash the top of life here, because then we can save our Pickles. We don't have to save Pickles at this point. Let's trash 2 cards from hand. I'm thinking of Black Maria, and I don't think we need that anymore. I'd rather keep the Kid just in case for the blocker. That's kind of a tough decision, and it usually always is. The nice thing with the Foxy is that, he's going for the Pickles, because he's not going to swing our life. 5 at life. I think we will counter that just because the Big Mom is coming in soon. And we're going to have 2 Foxys on the board, so next turn we can easily counter out of everything. We may just give him the Kid. We'll just give him the Kid. I ain't stressed about it. Nice and easy there. We know we are going to be playing the Foxy down, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now we have enough ramp for everything we need. We should kill the Bonnie, leaving the Parasparrow still inactive, mainly just because he would get the on KO if we kill this. The Bonnie is continued value. So I think we just go 6 at Bonnie, using card action, -3, I'm freezing these 2. This, even if it was inactive, would still have its ability to have the 1, which I'm assuming is why he probably swung at us. He did give us 2 cards. That's kind of pretty easy for me then. If you want to give me cards, give me cards. If not, I'm going to start swinging his life a lot more actively. He wants to continue giving us stuff. Shoot, I am fine with that. We'll activate this, getting the Lin, going 7, and then we'll go ramp 1, ramp 1. We're going to go just 7. If he gives us 2 cards here, I'd actually prefer that, but it looks like he won't. He'll be fishing right here, probably for a Big Mom. If he has an Onami trigger or something, this will only allow him to kill the Pickles, which is very, very good. It looks exactly like that. So it could kill the Bonclay Bentham, but that's not really worth it, in my opinion, because even Pudding could kill this thing. So all he can kill is Pickles, but he will kill the Bonclay. Hey, if that is what you want to do, then do it. I would have killed the Pickles, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm not one to judge here. It is good that we had him at 9. No, we had him at 8. I guess I don't know if the Pickles is active. Well, he could have only killed Pickles anyways. So I think we can tell what's about to happen here. He is going to 10 Mom us. So we will just go ahead and counter out of this. Pretty easy. And then we're going to continue to force cards out of hand, I believe. He will get rid of our life. Obviously, that's never fun, but we can kind of stay on everything he has. And we never have to give him this Parasparrow search. I'm okay just taking every card from his hand. So 7 into 7. Give it or don't. 7 into 7. I will take every single card you own because that's my goal. It looks like he wants to give us nothing else. We obviously aren't going to swing into the Paro. The cool thing is here is we don't need this anymore. So we will play the Porch for the search, returning 1 Dawn and trying to find a blocker. We do find the blocker, which is really good, and then we will cheat out the blocker over top of this and then gain that Dawn back so that we really are not negging anything at all and we're not losing anything. We will have a, 3 here, 4, 7, and 9. So we'll go 7 into face and then we'll go 9 into face. Pretty simple. He wants to take this. He's looking for probably another Big Mom, and then we will just stop both of these again, and then we'll ramp back up because we will be at 7, and then ramp, pass turn. He only has 1 swing. We have a blocker on the board. We are in a very good spot, boys. We are in a very good spot. This is an opportunity I did not expect to have against Katakuri. I thought Katakuri was going to be a lot harder, but those win attackings, I guess we just have it better. He does play Yamato, which he can only kill a 3-drop here. I'm assuming the Tony Chopper, but oh, he can only go for Pickles. I forgot. He could only go for Pickles. He does get the game in a life, but Yamato's crazy in Katakuri. I never see that. Kind of interesting there, but hey, we'll let it ride. I think we know he doesn't have much counter, I'm assuming at least. He is going to swing 12 here into a what? Into a what? It looks like nothing. Maybe it's something. I think we'll have to see if we really want to kill Parasparrow or not. He probably knows that. I'm just going to walk out of that, but so now what we're going to do, because we have this, is I'm going to go 7 into face. If he takes, I'm going to continue the pressure. If not, I'm going to clear the board and freeze the Lin. He does take here, so I think we can pretty easily go 5 into face, forcing out 1 card. We'll go, should we go 7? 7 into face, seeing if it'll force out 2 cards, and it does. So now he's like, oh, I'm safe. I'm in a very good spot. Tap 3, stand this as active. 2, 3, 4. Technically, it's not guaranteed lethal here, but if there is a way, I guess we go with the lesser of the 2 first. We'll go 7 at face and then 10. The reason, or I guess 9 at face and then 10, because we can play if he has a trigger or not. He does have a trigger, draw 2, trash 1, so he set up his hand, but I think either way now at this point, he's going to make sure, if we swing the Parasparrow, he's going to save it if he can. You're better just pressuring life. Go -3, and then leader, Lin. I think we still have game, even if he could get out. And he couldn't. He literally only had 4k counter if he had 2 Dawn, and he didn't have 2 Dawn. We whooped Katakuri tail right there. That was unexpected. But like I said, the win attackings make it a lot easier. So I really want to show you a Doflamingo match. So let's get into that next. Alright, let's get into this Foxy matchup. We will take first from them, which I think will be very strong. We still don't open up with our Porsche. Oh my gosh, this is the worst mulligan I've ever seen. We need a crazy top deck right now, or we're kind of cooked. Holy cow. I wanted to show you guys how easy this match would be for us, and it's not looking so easy. We'll go 6 at face. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Because we don't get to even ramp off our chopper effect, which kind of sucks. So, well, I guess. I'm not feeling so good. He's already got his Martial D teach. He's going to swing 8 at face here. We are obviously just going to take. He will draw 1. It is what it is. We do get the Ida Manamizu, which is very good. So we know we're going to go, 7 here into this. We want to force out a 2k already, hoping that we can. We cannot, so we'll play this, gain 1 rested, pass turn. We'll be ramping into 8 on our next turn, playing down the Foxy and getting our leader ability active. While he will be at 6, so he's going to put 1 rested Dawn here, stacking his top 3, and he's going to have a very strong board in this next turn. So let's hope for the best. This card is very strong into their aggro strategy here, giving all of his characters -1, so forcing him to put Dawn on his characters. He's going to swing in a 6, which we will counter out of, and a 7, in which we will take. Or he's going to be swinging 8 and 7, it looks like. Cheating out a Martial D teach, kind of interesting. We will take this, I guess, if this is the way he wants to go. Now, if he wants to... Oh, that is not what I expected, let me tell you. And then 7 here. All right. He's gotten very aggressive. I think we will just take that and feel not so bad about it, actually. We will go play down the Foxy, in which we have to do first. Swinging 6 at Teach, -3, freezing Leader and Weevil. That's why we didn't swing the Weevil. This will force out the Boa block and a 1k counter. Really not that much from him, honestly. Or you can just let it go, not even having to counter, because he already has one and he needs a cleaned board. We have a ton of counter in hand, but this match is getting weird really quickly. We will ramp 2 back from our Mizu and our Foxy. It looks like he wants to save the Foxy. Wow. And he just says GG's. Honestly, we're in the better spot. He's got an interesting deck list of not a ton of what. He just plays a lot of tech, which I think you have to choose your tech and hope, not have one of everything in this matchup, but GG's. I guess that's what Foxy does. He just makes him quit. My slow beam is loaded. I'm shooting it at Dofy. We get the Porsche. This is all we need right here in this whole matchup is just Porsche. Thank goodness. We get the card we needed to win this Doflamingo matchup. Doflamingo is obviously going to be one of the best decks in the format. I will just swing 5 at him just to see what he will do. I hope he counters. I'm not going to lie to you. I would like to see him counter. I want to starve him out. So that is our whole goal with Dofy, is really just getting into the late game, having multiples of these on the board, and our leader ability to lock down their leader ability, basically. We will get to search the top, grabbing a... I don't think we'll need... Pickles won't do anything. Usohachi's not grabbable. We won't need 2 Foxies when we already have some. So we'll grab the blocker, we'll grab the Mizu, and we'll ramp a Dawn back. So we'll be at 5 Dawn on our next turn. Muy bien. He'll hit his 4 Dawn. Here he'll probably just do a 5 at life, and then play a Jinbei into a Weevil. Or he'll go 8 into face because he did the Perona. Oh no, what is this face will take? I'm not gonna trigger. I'm not gonna stop that. I'm not gonna be doing that. We'll go -1 right here. Playing another Porsche out. This time we will grab a Foxy. We could grab another Porsche. We'll grab another Porsche. We're that crazy. We'll cheat out Tony Chopper. Gain 1 rested. Gain 1 rested. We will go. We can either go 7. But we have 3 bodies, so we could go 6 and 6. Like 6 and 6. We could also go into face, start leader abilitying, but I think I'd rather get cards out of his hand. Because leader ability now would not be great, because we only ramp 1 back and we can't get to our Foxy. So we'll just go 6 here, see what he wants to do. He gives us a 1k. We will go 6 again. Instead of getting 1 2k, we'll get 2 1ks. Oh, we'll get a 2k and a 1k. I like that. We'll have 6 Dawn. We'll be going to 8 on our next turn with the Foxy in play, keeping us 3 bodies. So even if he kills this, bounces 1, the Foxy will be the 3rd body, and that's when we start chaining this leader ability, baby. We do what we want, and we do it right. I don't know what this whole energy thing is. It's kind of freaking me out that I even am acting this way. Honestly, I'm probably gonna give him a 2k and then counter out of the Porsche kill. If he goes 7 first, I will just let that go. If he wants to just go 6 into us, I may take this and block out of the Dofy and then try to force him into our life. Either way, I may block out, have more pressure on board rather than in hand. I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll take. I'm not scared of nothing. I want him to know that I'm not scared of him. I have no fear in these bones. We'll just block out right there. I don't know if he saw that coming or not, but now he knows. I ain't scared of him. We will tap this down. We can only go 6 here, which does suck. So we could go 6 into face instead, and then go -3, because we do get 2 back, leading us to still go to 10 on our next turn. So we will play this. We'll be at 10 now, because we already did the 1 for this. So if we go -3, I guess we'll only go to 9, but that still would let us play this, but more than likely we want to play the Foxy. So we'll go 6 into face, go -3, and lock down the leader and the Weevil. And this is where we start taking the game. We have 2 5Ks, a 7K, leader, and he only has 1 swing next turn. And that 1 swing's a blocker. That's -1000 power. I think we're in a very good spot, especially when we chain another Foxy down on the next turn. He does hit the Gravity Blade here, but that doesn't do too much, so he does get rid of the Porsches. That's very strong, don't get me wrong. That is very good. He cooked, he did his thing. Another one. Do you see that? There are now 3 cards that give me Dawn back, so I don't lose any Dawn for the rest of the game. We will go 6 into, or we can go 7 into face, 7 into face. We'll go 7 into face. 1, 2, 3, lock these 2 down. Simple and to the point. We are going to ramp all the way back up. And then now that he's turned this sideways, he has to let it die, apparently. That sounds good to me. We're going to ramp these 3 back. We are going to swing 7 because there's no way for him to kill this. And we have a good amount of cards in hand. All of his characters also have minus 2,000. So now I'm sitting here. Dang. I wish we would have grabbed the second one. He does hit us with the pudding here. Honestly, that's not too bad. I'm not even mad about that. He gave me the Sanji. I was about to say, oh, we don't have any more Foxies. Another one. We bottom decked the other ones. It's back. What is he going to put back in our hand? He bounced back Perona to his hand, which is really good. I'm not going to lie. That's a very good play. We could tap down his Jozu and really force our way into the Weevil. We may actually swing into the Weevil. I kind of like that. We'll swing 8 at Weevil, see if he wants to counter out, because he's not going to expect us to tap this down and lock it down. Because this still lets us go 7 at face, 7 at face, and then 7 at face, locking down the Jozu. Now he's sitting here, he's like, well, do I counter this? I don't even know. I don't even know if I should counter this. He's in a sticky situation, and he chooses to counter it. And he's like, I guess I'll counter it. 8 at him. What are you going to do now? Oh, you're going to counter it? You think that's a smart idea? -1, tap this. What? Oh, return no more. Tap this down. So now we're going to go 6 here. Go -3. We'll stop the leader and the Jozu. And either we are going to get every card in his hand, or he's going to keep, or this Weevil's going to die. So what do you want to do? Because I can take every card in your hand and feel good knowing you have 1 Weevil. And that's it. So 7 into face. 7 into face right here. And then we'll get all this Dawn back, and we will be in a perfect position for our next turn. Not to mention we have another Foxy to play down, so we can be very, very, very scary. Because this is a 2K character on his next turn. He just gives up. GG's. Down with the meta, boys. Down with the meta. That's my slow beam. I should do it a little more slow motion, maybe, because slow beam, I mean, if I'm going fast and crazy, on to the next game. I actually don't know how this matchup goes. We're going to take first and give them second. I think we're just going to take the curve we like. And this is not too great. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is we got the Porsche, though. The Porsche is very good if he does not stop our on plays this early. More than likely, he should. That's how I think you should play against the Foxy as the Blackbeard, because this Porsche is going to be very dynamic. If he does, we may just develop the Black Maria, knowing that, hey, we are going to be going down. He doesn't. -1. We will grab, I don't think it's worth grabbing another one because he'll kind of play around it, but I don't think it's worth grabbing a 2K either. I guess we'll just grab another one in case. Cheating out the Pickles, leaving us in a very good spot. We'll go 5 at face. And we have 2 swings on the board, and he forfeits. No forfeit. I wouldn't be surprised. If he were to forfeit, I would feel very, very good. But let's just see. GG's. This guy's going to die very soon. He will go 5 into our face. We will take and add 1 Dawn deck and set as active. We are going to ramp back up. If we're going to 5 next turn, sure. That's fine with me. Now we will have this Eustace Kid on the board. That's going to be very strong. We did not have a ramp ability back from the Porsche, so very good trigger for us. And we don't see any Foxies, so I'd rather have guaranteed value rather than possible value, maybe. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of excited. He gets rid of our on plays, but little does he know I'm not on playing. So 5 at your face, 5 at your face. No, we'll tap this for 5 and just pass turnover. This gives us a very strong card that's obviously not an on play. It's a blocker. So if he goes 5 here, we just get to block out. It's very good. Obviously, if he wants to go for more killing, KOs, he can kill this or Pickles. He can't kill our Porsche though, so he will go for the and kill the Pickles. So makes sense to me. Makes sense. He will drop a finger gun, it looks like, and then try to swing this. We'll give him a Shiki and let it go. He does give us the finger gun. I just want to see what that was. He discards Hachinosu to grab Hachinosu. He does black hole us. So now we need to kill his board, it looks like. We will go, do we have a way to leader ability? We do not. So we'll go 5 into Laboon. I'm gonna show you guys a method. I am not gonna kill Doc Q right here. I know that's crazy. I know I'm wild. The reason why is because Doc Q has nothing to minus. So I don't want him to develop Burgess. I want him to develop anything else. So I'm okay if something dies at this point in the game. And you may be asking, Chris, why didn't you play Onami? Why did you not play, why'd you play Onami and not, what does this do? One of your opponent's characters, they cost 0, or up to one of your opponent's stages where they cost 3 or less? That's so stupid. This is the worst player I've ever seen. I hate this guy. 7 at us. He will have 6 left, but I'd rather force him into removal. So I dare you. What are you going to do? He gets the Van Augur. He can kill one of them, but that's why we did counter out, because we knew he had to have had something to do there. We have not seen him grab a 10 drop, I don't believe. So will leader ability us, or stop our leader ability, I should say. We are not running into what we need, but that's okay. We will go 2 here. We definitely have to kill this guy. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or nones, or nothing. We're going to go 8 into Van Augur. I'm not going to kill Doc Q. Doc Q has done nothing to you, or to me, or to any of us. So we'll just leave him active. 0 stress about it. And I'm going to start picking this guy apart. He has to counter this. And I'm going to develop. These guys might be the worst bodies on the board. The worst bodies you've ever seen. He can kill anything he wants to right now. That's fine. I don't care. He's going to 10 drop us. My neighbors are loud. He should, he's going to 10 drop us. He's going to stop this from attacking. Very good stuff right there. I'm not going to lie to you. But here is the cool part. We just go 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can go 4, 4, 7. So I'm just going to put on the pressure. 4 in the face. This isn't going to do much for us, honestly, even if were able to play it. So it sucks we don't have any Foxy Pirates. This is where Foxy Pirates come into a strong effect. Right here would have forced him to counter earlier rather than where he's at, but now we're just stuck. So these are super easy bodies to kill. He gets This Is My Age. He gets the 10 drop. Now he's starting to cook. Oh no, because he's going to clear this. He's going to clear this. Oh no, this is not looking good, because we can't find one freaking thing. One freaking thing. He grabs a This Is My Age. He's going to 10 drop here. There's no doubt about it, but that's okay with us. We do get the kid, but I think we literally just go 10 because we're not finding any Foxy Pirates. If we would have top decked a Porsche right there, we'd be in a very good spot, but we'll go 10. No leader ability. Will it die? It dies. We know he has a This Is My Age, so it would have had to have been 2 2K counters to do anything else. So we're still in a very safe spot. I don't think he has another Teach yet, but he still has Hachi no Su. He will tap 1. I personally would have Hachi no Su'd first and then done that. He still has the Dragon Claw. Tap 2, gain +4 if you have... Oh, wow. That's actually interesting. Hold up. Let's read this. KO up to one of your opponent's characters if they cost 4 or less. That's wild. That's actually crazy. I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. So he's going to go 7 in our face. We will take this. We are looking to find something to use our leader ability on. We don't find anything, which sucks. But if we can survive this next turn, can we? Let's look. Let's math this out. If we double drop these, we have 3K counter. He has 3 swings. We can survive. So we'll go 5 at face, and then we're going to go 5 at face. Oh, he does have the Dragon Claw already. Dang. Well, 4, pass turn. That's 2 12K swings. So we can technically not die. He doesn't have rush here. But if he has anything to kill this, we're kind of cooked. If he finds another 10 drop here, we're kind of cooked as well. And he did find another 10 drop here. So obviously that's really good for him. He's going to swing 12 at our face. Yep, makes sense to me. He's not stopping our on plays. So what we could do here is 4, 2, 1. This is a 12K swing, which is really nice. Let's go 12 at face. What do you want to do? Block and give me 1? He does want to block and give me 1. So we could technically go 7. So this is 4, 4, discard 1, draw 2. Oh. This is crazy. 2, 2, 1 is 6, but we get the 1 back for Gina. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Wait a minute. We're still going to tap the 1 here, right? Gain the 1 back. It comes back. Doesn't matter. Swing the 6. Use card action. -3. Stop the leader. Stop the teach. We have 3 blockers on the board. We should not lose this. That was how you do it. Oh my gosh, that was stressful, bro. That was freaking stressful. I was sitting there thinking we were cooked. We were done for. We're still okay. The smartest thing right here, honestly, is for him just to pass the turn. Well, no, even if he does that, he still doesn't have the teach. Hey, buddy. 13 at face. We will just block out of this. There's no reason not to. He could 10 drop us. That was the issue, was if he would have 10 dropped us right there, and he would find it like that. So he could have stopped our blocker, I guess. I don't really know. What is his choice? What is he doing? I guess he's not in a advantageous position, but I think we can out-resource him here, because if we just go 9 at face, we go 7 at face, but then that doesn't guarantee anything. We could just play this, we could freeze this, or we could just force out a blocker, like one of his. We'll just swing this. We only have 2, which kind of sucks. We could have played this, but then it's only 12. He only has to give us 1k counter, so it was almost impossible. I blame you, Petunia. Oh my god, dude. I thought we had it. We'll take with 3k counter against 3 12k bodies. Why do you even play the stronger dude? That was just a dick move. That was just a dick move. You got it. GG's to our opponent. That was close. He only had like 5 cards left in his deck too. Really close game. That one was fun though. That was actually really fun, guys. That's how the Blackbeard matchup goes. He was able to find all of his 10 drops at the right times. We were really close though. I don't know, even if we played the chopper there, I don't think, you could just hope he didn't have the counter, clear one of the bodies, because if we cleared one of those bodies, we block. Mathematically, we still lose, but it depends, I guess, on how he plays it. I don't know. GG's to our opponent. That was a fun one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that was a fun one. Guys, it looks like we're gonna go purple on purple here with the purple Luffy. We are gonna take first from them, and we're gonna mulligan that hand. That was kind of bad, and this is kind of bad as well. Basically, just when I don't see Porsche, man, if I don't see Porsche, I seem pissed. We're gonna change the color of the room in a second. We are not gonna be blue on a blue day. We're gonna pass our turn right here. Nothing to do here, nothing to see here. We are just gonna pass it over. They're just gonna pass it over. I think we're gonna go, we could just go 8 at face. Honestly, that may be the best bet, not getting the chopper out yet, because we don't even have anything to play next turn. But in case we do get the Porsche, that'd be 5, 2. I think going 8's better, just in case we do get the Porsche. And if not, they're gonna ramp up here, making our Gina active for next turn. So that should be fine with us. Let's change this. Let's change it to purple. Let's get to purple. A little more purple than that, guys. Come on. There we go. That's a little better. We'll be sitting here in the purple room. They ramp up 1 with the Bon Clay. 7 at face. We will take that. We do get the Eno that guy. He'll be at 6 here, so we'll play this first, then play this, so we don't ramp up first, because I've made that mistake before. Just going 5 at face. Neither of these will be active, so we'll ramp, play this, we'll ramp. We'll be at 7 next turn, going into 9, so we can 9-drop Luffy. We're playing a whole different game than usual, but I'm okay with that. He's sitting at 9 as well. This is a weird one. Wow, we still look so blue. It's supposed to be purple, guys. Maybe it's having that back door open. Who knows? They don't have anything with the Bon Clay right now because we don't have any measurable bodies. 6 in the face. This would be a good time to counter just because they have a lot to play here. But I think we're just going to take. Not too worried about taking here. It is what it is. We do get another 9-drop Luffy. And I don't think we need our leader ability this turn, obviously. So we will just 9-drop Luffy against them. Returning a Dawn. Drawing a card. We get another Megadon. We only have 2 of those. So that's meh. They will counter 1 here, and then they may Gum Giant and then give us a 2k. If they do, that will send them back to 6. They're going to 8 on the next turn, so we know we don't have to worry about a 9-drop Luffy unless they want to ramp again. They just take, something's telling me they do not have the 1-drop event, and we have a ton of counter. We are in a very good spot. We have a blocker on the board. 5 at us, we will give them 1. We will not be needing this anymore. The Bon Clay Bentham, won't need it, don't need it, won't see it again. We did forget to use the Ito-Me, but we're not going to really need it. I think I'm going to start calling him Ito. Ito sounds a lot easier. They will take 1, ramp up, 9-drop Linlan. Pretty good card right there, not going to lie. The Bentham, I did not think about it, but they are a 10k swing now. So they will be going 10 into 10. That was horrible idea. Not going to lie to you guys. We will give them a 2k. We're going to leave the Usohachi just in case we need it. We will counter out of this as well. We will give them the Usohachi, actually. I changed my mind. I just thought the Gina might be needed because we're going to have to take this and we don't know what we're going to draw. We don't draw exactly what we need. Everything they have is rested, so we're in a pretty good spot to just drop another 9-drop Luffy here. So we'll just go 5 here. We could play out Gina, but there's nothing else to play for our leader ability, so our leader ability will just not be active, and we have to just know that. That's okay with me. We will go 10 here. 10 here, because we'll go 10 here again, so even if they do give us the event, they don't. So we'll play this, return 1, draw a card. We do get, so we're at 9. Technically the Gina is live now, so we could go ahead and drop the Gina, but that does lose counter in our hand, and we don't have any other 2Ks. The only reason I'd want to is just to have that, but we'll swing 11. They didn't give us the 1-drop event earlier, so we're going to see if they have it. It looks like no, but they will give us 2 2Ks, gain 1 rested, pass turn. We do have a good amount of counter if necessary. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K. So we will obviously counter out of this. I'm assuming it's going to be a 9-drop of their own at this point in the game. We will give them 1. We don't need 2 Sanjis for sure. We do have the chopper blocker, which is good, but 2 blockers is a lot more dynamic in this situation. We'll just have to see. I'm expecting a 9-drop of some sort. Could be another Lin, getting rid of Ito, which would be very good. We're just playing Purple Luffy against Purple Luffy. Guys, we're playing Purple Luffy right now. Wow, we are very blue. We are playing Purple Luffy against Purple Luffy. He does do the 7-drop, getting out a Sangoro. We don't have anything to KO here, no KO ability. He's going to swing 12 into one of these, I'm assuming. I probably would have gone for life if I was him. We'll give him a 12, a 2, and a 1. We want to keep the chopper just in case. And then it looks like maybe an 8 into face. That's about all he can do anyways. And we will just take. No stress. So we're going to go 10, 7. We're definitely going to 7 here. I think we just go for clearing the board. Let's swing 10 here and see what he wants to do. He doesn't have the counter event, so gives us 2 cards. Let's go, 10 again and see what he wants to do. So we could play this. Tap this down. Let's play this. Use card action. Go -1. Tap return no others. Tap this down. And let's go for the kill here. So let's go 7 to get out of 2K. And then if that hits, we'll know we can. So either way, we're going 7 and 8. So let's go 7 first. See what he wants to give us. He chooses to give us nothing at all. So we're going to go 6 into face and then drop the Tony Chopper just in case. We will not have our leader ability, sadly, because this would be a perfect time for it, but that's okay with me. We'll gain this and pass turn over. So now we're sitting on 3K counter, a blocker, 2 10Ks, a 7K. We're in a good spot. We do have to worry about Usohachi here, so we will go ahead and block out of this. That may seem crazy, but so the thing is if he hits this, he plays Usohachi, he swings 9, and then he swings everything else on lead. So that's the reason we had to block out there, in case you're wondering. And you're like, Chris, that was kind of stupid. Why'd you do that? Or Mr. Pow, I guess. My real name's Chris. But if he goes 7 at face, we will take. I want him to feel pressured into taking or hitting us in life, because the most he can go after that's 8. We are guaranteed to have at least 1K counter. So it looks like 8, 7 drop. He could go, he's going to go 8. Ooh, this could be risky if this is no counter, because it's going to be 8, 9. If this is no counter, we just lose the game, don't we? It is counter. We're good. So if he plays the 7-drop right here, he loses 1. He ramps 1 back as active. So there's the reason he did that. Yep. And now he can go 8 again. It has to hit. And 2, 1. It won't hit because we would have had enough, I guess. No, we wouldn't have had enough for Lin. So GG's to our opponent. We won the Purple Luffy matchup, just playing Purple Luffy into Purple Luffy. We win. Foxy, Meta Destroyer. Slow beam. Slow beam. A slow beam, slow beam. The worst part is we didn't even slow beam, we didn't even leader ability once. We literally just dropped the 9 drops and that was game, so I guess that one's not so true in this matchup. Belo Betty, this is a deck I love to play, so I think this is going to be a fun one, for me personally at least. This would be crazy to keep. We're going to have to mulligan. That looks like it could be good, but we still get the Ito, so not too bad. Our opponent has 0 Dawn, so we can't even use that on our first turn. Kind of sucks, not really, but it is what it is. We will develop this just to go ahead and go to 4 Dawn on our next turn, ramping us into 6. We'll go 6 to play probably down Kid, or maybe Gina and Chopper. Gina won't do nothing, but I don't know. This is going to be a weird matchup. I have no idea how the slow beam works on this deck, because how do you slow down Belo Betty? Because her leader is the least of your worries. I guess we're trying to stop. I guess the only thing we're trying to stop really is their, what's his face? I played this deck and I can't even remember. Jeez, I'm slow. The guy who gives our leader -1K, dude, holy cow, I feel so stupid. We'll ramp 1 here, pass turn. We will be at 6. We will have leader ability active if necessary. I don't think it's going to be necessary. After this, we are really going to just try to starve them out. I think that's our best line of play against a Belo Betty, so we'll see what we can do there. I play Belo Betty. I think I know best. Not really. Usually I wouldn't even swing that early, probably. There's no reason to. Just for the triggers wouldn't be great. He does play out the Lindbergh. The Lindbergh is very good into our deck, so we'll have to see how that is. We will take this, trying to maybe force them into the Belo Betty, but I doubt it. I doubt they give it to us this early. We will go ahead and take the ramp because that's all we will have. We won't play anything just because of the Lindbergh, so I think we're going to go, I don't know, Gina doesn't do anything for us, the Chopper doesn't do anything for us. We could really just spam out the board, but I don't think that's worth it, so I think we're just going to go 6 in the face and then ramp up to 9 next turn. Probably playing down the Monkey D. Luffy, in my personal opinion. But we will have the kid developed on the board, so that's going to put us in a very good spot. Unless he has a koala in hand, which would be very good. He could use the Lindbergh to kill the kid. Oh well, that's just something we have to play with, I guess. He is going to 6 Dawn, so I do expect to see the Ivankov. He drops the koala. Really, really good for us, unless he has another one. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I do know he's going to leader ability. I'm assuming either it's 5-drop Ivankov or 4-drop Ivankov. It, I guess, just depends on what's in his hand. Now we really start to clear up the board. The minus 1k is not too strong into this matchup. I definitely think the rush option will be, but it depends. If he plays a blocker, I guess the rush option don't matter. So I guess we should probably pressure his characters first, then decide if we want to drop the 9-drop or play the 7-drop. Because, I mean, we could play 7 and 2. Wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. 7 and 2 will give us our 5 characters. We go minus 3. We still get our 2 back. It depends. Lindbergh's going to kill this, of course. We get a free block on the leader. Never mind. He got rid of that as an option. We will take this. We do get a nice Bon Clay, but that won't do much into the Lindbergh because I'm assuming he's going to keep this Lindbergh alive at all cost at the moment with the blocker. So, nah, it is what it is. We do get a free block here, so he chooses not to swing. I don't know if that was smart or not, honestly. We will just go 5 here. Give me a card. I'm going to go 6. Actually, no, I'm going to go 9. Play out the Luffy. Minus 1 Dawn. Put a Dawn here. Go 7. And then 10. I'm going to take every card from your hand, or you're going to give me your blocker, or you're going to give me your Lindbergh. It's whatever you want to do. And depending on what you do here, depends on what I do. Me personally, I don't know what I would do in this situation. I was going to sit here and give you a whole quote, a whole idea. I don't know. I would probably counter. Gives us the Karasu, who I was thinking about earlier. So we do want to kill this, so we're going to do everything we can to kill it. Return no more. Gain 1 active. We'll swing 7. You want to give me 2 cards? You can give me 2 cards. You will give me 2 cards. I just don't think we're too worried about the blockers. We have a huge hand here, and he could have a trigger body, which I don't really want to see, but I don't want to waste having the 10-drop rush. There was other options, but this was the only guaranteed way to get that kill. He does not get a trigger, which is really good. He will have an unblockable blocker on the board and the Belo Betty. I'm assuming he's going to probably swing all 3 of these targets into my face. And we have, what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8k counter, so only 1 2k mid there. Sad, but it is what it is. We can counter out of these 2 easily and maybe take these 2 and let them put on the aggression, force in their blockers, and it really just depends on what they develop here. Because we just need to clear up their board. We have the blockers in hand. 2 Onamis coming up on the next turn. As long as they don't play a Lindbergh this turn, we're sitting in a good spot, and as long as we can clear Morley. Morley is the scariest card because he can just get through these blockers. So we just need to make sure we are safe enough. We're going to 10, so technically we could play Chopper and Foxy next turn and Gina, so maybe that's not a bad idea. He busts out the Ivankov, so I'm assuming he's gonna put power on these 3, leave his blocker as active. We'll just have to see what he cheats out here. He drops the Ivankov, 0 counter, so that's good. He's only gonna have 2 cards in hand and the blocker, yep, because he chooses not to do the blocker. He does play the Karasu, so he's really trying to pressure our life here. So let's see what he wants to do. At least if I was him, I would pressure the life, but he gives minus 1k to the Monkey D. Luffy. I don't think that's a smart play because that's still 9k. So even if you put 4 here, I guess this will have a 5 and 5 hit, maybe hit me, quote unquote, but if you're only gonna go 9, that's really not bad because that's just a 1k counter. I think you have to go all 3, but who's to say, He could go 8 here. For that, I probably will counter out. Or I guess 7. I'll give him the 2k. I'm just not gonna let you kill nothing. This guy's still learning the Belo Betty ways. 7 here, no blocker. So we know he's already stacked his Dawn, so it's 9 and 6. So we'll just go ahead and give him a 2k. Puts us in a good spot. Now is he gonna go 6 at life or 6 here? That is the question. I'm thinking about dropping the Bon Clay because we won't really need it anymore, honestly. I wish we had a way to tap the Karasu and kill it, on this next turn, like a Rush Sanji or something. But he will go 6 at face. I think we take here. I just don't want him to know that we only have 1Ks. So if he swings the 8 at life, he chooses to go 9 here at Kid. Kid would be good to clear the board because we swing, what, 10? We go 5 here. We have 2, 7. We already got rid of our 2K. I think we have to let it go. I don't think it's worth countering out for. It was so stupid to minus this by 1. Now the Porsche puts us in a good spot because we can technically 3, -1, play out the Chopper, tap 7 to play Foxy, and I think we can still clear the whole board. Let's just go, even if we don't clear the whole board, this should put us in a good spot because we can go 10 here, force out the Karasu, right? At least that's what I'm assuming. If he gives us the Morley, that's even better because we can just clear the whole board here. Cool, so he does give us the Morley. We don't need to use our leader action anymore. We already know that. If he wants to block out and give us a 2K, sure, I guess. That could have been a good play. 3, use card action, -1. We need to find a 2K, in which we do. We will cheat out the Chopper. The Chopper is going to be very good here. He's only at 8, so we don't ramp 1. We do play out the Foxy, though. So this gives us a blocker. We ramp 1 Don, so we're still at 10. I think we're in a good spot because next turn we just clear his board. He'll only have 2 cards in hand, leader ability for 1. Probably cheat something out with the Vonkov. These are only 7K swings now. It's also good. They still get their abilities, but it's a lot easier to deal with. So as long as we got that 2K, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8K counter. I feel like at this point in the game I should probably be able to do that a lot quicker, but I'm a little slow, so oh well. Yukarasu is going to be scary here. He has to swing at that first. I think he just has to go straight face. I think that's kind of what you have to do. That or you need to just build up a little more and just pass turn, forcing us into face. You have the blocker, but then we are going to, let me tell you, double blocker up. So do whatever you want. I'm not stressed about it. He plays down the dragon. That's not my favorite thing to do, to see, to have happen, but good play, not gonna lie. This is only a 6, so they have to put 1 more Dawn. So let's hope they don't mess it up because they have to remember they are -1 here. So they are a 4 + 2, makes them 6. Oh, they are going heavy. Fair enough. Let's see what they do here. They could do the Karasu onto the Luffy and try to clear it. I'm assuming I'm going to counter out. I don't know yet because I don't know what they're going to do. But if they do, I will probably counter out. Probably just keeping a blocker or 2. If they do something too crazy, I will just block her out. So it looks like 7, 9, and 11. So I should be fine. Should be fine. They'll go 9 in the face, -1. We'll take. We do get the Sanji out, so we could technically go for game next turn. 3. That's fine. You got me. Ouch. I think they misplayed there, but we're going to play this out just as if we did actually get through that. They are going to go, what, 7, 7, 11. They don't have a way to stop our blocker, even if they cheat something out with the Vonkov. So I guess we could take this, but we don't have to. It's just greedy to take it, but whatever. We don't have to. What you got next? 7. We could counter out, but we'll just take. We do get the 9-drop Luffy, so we would have had a rush option either way. Obviously, we just block her out of this one. And then let's think about the math. I'm going to do this just because I want them to know, like, they would have played this correctly, what it would have been like. And then we just would have tapped that down. So now we just go 7, pretty easy. I mean, it was guaranteed game without that. So unless they have some crazy triggers here, but I wanted to play it as if they didn't fumble the bag. Because if they give us 2 cards, we swing 5. And then we have 10 and 8, so it's kind of guaranteed. No triggers, 11, guaranteed game, GG's. Belo Betty's always going to be a close matchup with no matter what deck you play. GG's. They did have 2K counter, not horrible. I think that's going to be it for the day. We took down all the meta slayers, the decks that destroyed the meta, and we destroyed the meta. I think that's a pretty good video right there. I think we're sitting in a good spot with this Foxy deck, even in the Western meta, which obviously in the sim, it is the Eastern Western, as basically everyone who's in our territory is playing the Eastern meta at this point, because OP10's not up. If you guys are super excited for OP10 to be up, subscribe, because I will definitely, as soon as it drops, I will have a video the day of, ready to go, of some fun decks there, and definitely some deep deck profiles for the Law, Yellow-Green Law. I think that deck's going to be fun. Piss Kid sounds kind of interesting. Just the name alone is interesting, but using some of the cards that go in that deck, I want to see what I can do with that 8-drop Eustace Kid and just figure out the OP10 meta before we get it in about, what, 3 months? So 2 months, something like that. I don't know. That was a fun one. As you guys saw, man, as you guys saw, this is the Foxy deck. Foxy is actually pretty solid in the meta. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him in our format just because it's not the style. It's just so different. Why would you play this? But it just fits really well into the meta. So I think we will start seeing this deck more often. It's the same thing that basically did happen in the Eastern meta where Foxy was not played a lot. And then at some point, people finally figured out, hey, this kind of cooks most of the meta decks, so why don't we play it? It's a very interesting deck. Sometimes it's high rolly. If you just miss certain cards, you do lose. That's just the honest truth. If you don't see a Porsche all game, you more than likely lose. So without that card, I think the deck's in a tough spot. I wish they had an event searcher, just 1-drop event searcher, something for the first turn on Foxy. I think I would play that card as a 4-of in the deck, maybe switch out a few little things. But honestly, the deck is very enjoyable. Sad to see that this Bon Clay is just way overpriced, so if you don't have them, you're kind of in a tough spot. I do have one I'm going to be posting on TCG later. Not later today, but in general, when I finally get my TCG player. As you can see, we do have a Discord coming soon that I'm working on. I'm also working on one for the card shows, powcardshows.com, Pow Productions NC on Instagram. Mr. Pow TCG now. It was Mr. Pow Sells, but Mr. Pow TCG, it's way easier, straight to the point. I like it a little more. The deck profile was fun, boys. As always, I need to stop putting my face in the wrong place. I'm struggling. I'm new to the whole moving everything at the same time. I'm trying to be able to do both so I can have a little bit more movement in the video, a little something that just gauges you. So if you enjoyed the video and the style, let me know down below. Leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. This was the Meta Slayer. Let's be honest, Foxy, not that bad. I didn't like him in OP07. I thought he was really mid. He's still pretty mid, but in the meta itself, he just fits in the puzzle piece. We'll see what happens in our meta in the Western side. Let me know if you've played Foxy or plan to play Foxy at all, or get any ideas from this deck list to build on another deck list, or you have a deck list you want me to try out. You can always send it to me, or leave a comment, or leave a link. Check it out. I love playing off-meta decks and meta destroyers. Kind of my thing, but fool around sometimes with the meta. So if you actually want a detailed deck profile on a very good deck, let me know. I'll do that too. I'll do whatever. I'm pretty easy as long as you pay me. That's a joke. That was like a dirty joke, like a prostitute. But I won't actually. But like $20 is $20.